How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a great day. My name is Jimmy Champane and welcome to this week's Halloween alert. I can't believe we get to do 2 of these 2 weeks in a row, but thanks to Jason Blum, we actually have some awesome stuff to talk about. But before we get into that, I can't believe I missed this, but the last Halloween video I did was actually my 50th one, which is insane to me. I can't believe that Halloween is big enough again to where I can do 50 videos about it and they all get tons and tons of views. It's absolutely wild. I went back to the first one I did in October of 2017 and I can't believe A, how much better my editing has gotten since then, but B, how much my life has changed since then, both on YouTube and just personally. I still get to talk about my favorite franchise of all time, and that's just more than I could ask for. So whether you're a new subscriber or you're one that's been around for a while, I just wanted to say thank you for pushing me along and watching my videos and commenting and just talking to me about Halloween. You guys always leave me great comments. Whether or not you agree with me, it doesn't really matter. We're all just having a conversation about a movie we love, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. So again, thanks so much. Let's get into today's video. As of last week, all we really knew about the Halloween sequel, which I'm probably going to start calling Halloween 2020, is that Jason Blum was still working on getting it approved by Universal and Trancast. But then this morning he tweeted out a picture of him and Jamie Lee Curtis saying that they're discussing stuff while she's holding the NECA Laurie Strode action figure, which, side note, how the hell did she get that thing so early? Who does she think she is? Laurie Strode or something? I want one of those things to go next to my Michael Myers, which is sitting right here. Like, this guy sits on my desk. He really needs a Laurie Strode. So hey, Jamie Lee Curtis, if you're watching, please send me that action figure. I mean, it's pretty clear to me that they were talking about Halloween, at least in some capacity, and I don't think it's too unfair of an assumption that they were talking about a sequel to last year's movie. I know Jason Blum likes to keep it casual on his Twitter, but he knows how bad fans want a sequel to Halloween, so I feel like he'd be careful not to send out something that contains Jamie Lee Curtis and a Laurie Strode action figure if he wasn't trying to tell us at least something. The interesting thing we have to keep in mind here, though, is that Jamie Lee Curtis said the only way she'd come back and do a sequel to last year's movie is if David Gordon Green called her up and said he wanted to do one. It didn't really seem like that crazy of a statement at the time because both David Gordon Green and Danny McBride said they had ideas for a sequel and that they left certain characters alive so that they could be used in the future. I know that David Gordon Green said for sure that he wanted to bring Cameron back, for example. But now, about 9 months later, it seems like pretty much a guarantee that neither of those guys are coming back, and we've seen reports from both Bloody Disgusting and Collider that Blumhouse has hired a writer named Scott Teems to make up a whole new script for a sequel on his own. And going back to that picture Jason Blum tweeted out, I wasn't initially sure where that was, but Ryan Turek posted a screenshot of it on his Instagram and said that he got to personally give Jamie Lee Curtis that NECA action figure, so I'm starting to think that that was definitely Jason Blum's office, which means they were probably talking about a Halloween sequel. Despite knowing what I just said, at first glance I started to let myself think about the fact that maybe if they were meeting about a Halloween sequel, that could mean David Gordon Green is coming back, because I kind of want that, but really, the harder I think about it, I think that ship has sailed. I have no idea how long this stuff takes, but what I'm assuming happened here is that Jason Blum got that script treatment back from Scott Teems. He liked it, so he called in Jamie Lee Curtis to say, hey, here's this idea we have for a sequel to Halloween 2018. I hope you like it, and I hope you'll come back to play Laurie Strode once again. Either way, though, it looks like Halloween is starting to heat back up again, and that's fine with me. I want to see more movies, and I feel like if they let 3 years go between Halloween sequels, that's just a little too long. They have a lot of marketing steam built up after last year's movie. A lot of people did like it made a ton of money, so it makes sense for them to have a 2-year gap between these to take their time and really get something good together that'll impress fans and even people who weren't so excited about last year's movie. And guys, I'm not stupid. I personally love last year's Halloween movie. I think it's actually my second favorite in the franchise still after rewatching it a few times, but I'm not ignoring the fact that there is a group of people who don't like it at all. They don't think it's a great sequel and they're pretty disappointed with it. And for the most part, after reading and answering as many comments as I can, I feel like a lot of you have some pretty good reasoning for that. That being said, I think you're in a good spot here with the fact that it looks like they're bringing on a new director and a new writer because you're going to be getting a new feel with this next Halloween movie, and that seems like exactly what you want. Obviously, they have some pretty cool plot points to work around here too, like how Michael escaped the fire, what he's going to do about his missing fingers, and of course, whether or not the mask is going to be fused to his skin, which is something that I would really like to see in a sequel to last year's movie. And on top of that, they have to decide on whether or not they want to officially pass the torch from Laurie to Allison. It seems like they're working on 2 movies and shooting them back to back, so the second one would be the place to do it if they wanted to do that, and it would be awesome if Michael came back and caught them all off guard because they think he's dead after that fire. Personally, I think they have a great case to keep Laurie around all the way to the very end because she's totally replaced Loomis at this point because unfortunately, Donald Pleasance is no longer with us. She's encountered Michael at both the highest and lowest points of her life, and at this point she knows how to fight him, and she does a really good job at being the Van Helsing to his Dracula, so obviously I'd like to see her come back for at least one more movie. Anyway guys, the last thing I want to talk about today is that my friends Mike and Jay from We Watched a Movie were digging through some old issues of Fangoria, and they found some awesome stuff about Halloween Resurrection, so they put together a video of the top 8 things you didn't know about that movie, and they had me tackle one of the facts, which was super cool of them. So I'll link that video down in the description and up in a card. You should definitely go check it out, and if you do, let them know I sent you. That's it for this week's Halloween alert. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and remember when you subscribe to hit the notification bell so you get an email every time I upload a video. As always, my name is Jimmy Champane, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.